All right, good morning, Lyceans. I hope you're doing fine. Welcome to another lesson with Eapp How To, Part 2. We have a couple of these, but we'll make this quick. So, basically, this is about citations. Now, I know a lot of people have questions about, sir, do we need to cite our sources? Let's say, for example, with significance of the study, with the purpose of the study, the definition of terms. And my answer is always yes. Now, with significance of the study and with the purpose of the study, especially when you make claims, of course you're going to cite your sources, even though they were, let's say, indirectly affecting how you came up with those particular claims. So for today, I'll be showing you a couple of examples on how to write and how to cite your sources. I think I've been telling all of you this a lot of times, but for the sake of instruction and for the other students who actually are having a hard time trying to understand, here, this is for you. Okay, so how to write or outline any essay or paragraph. Number one, first, you sequence your ideas. Let's say, may it be from global to local or from specific to general or general to specific. Always sequence them properly. Proper sequencing will help you write your essay or whatever paragraph that you are writing about, and it will help your reader to understand it easier and simpler at the same time. Second, general to specific concepts. Now, one of the easiest way to write or to outline any paragraph is to outline them to from general to specific. Meaning to say you have your global idea or your general idea, then goes to specific ideas. Specific ideas may be international, national, or local. Third, write and decide on a topic sentence or a thesis statement. Um, like what I mentioned before, a topic sentence directs the direction of the essay, where no, sorry, the direction of a paragraph. When you say a thesis statement, of course, it directs the position and the direction of the entire essay. So very, very specific. Write and decide on a topic sentence or thesis statement if you're writing it for the first time. And I think lastly, group all your supporting details in the specific uh, topic or in the same topic. When you're grouping um, your supporting details in this particular case, it will make it easier for your readers to understand and follow through your uh, flow of ideas. Okay, so again, we have sequencing. Proper sequencing will always help you write and help your readers understand it more simpler when they are reading your essay. Journal to specific concepts. One of the easiest way to outline a particular essay or paragraph is from general to specific. Then write and decide on a topic sentence or a thesis statement. And then group all your supporting details in the same topic. So let's have an example. Oh, before that, how do we write on the APA format using in-text citations? When you write or when you quote a particular author, always um, cite the author's name. In this particular case, the author's last name. And then after that, the year of publication and the page number if possible. Very important. Again, the author and the year of publication. Now, using et al. Let's say, for example, there are maybe more than three authors. We can use et al. Technically, with three and more authors, we're supposed to use et al. But in this particular case, since most of you have seen a couple of studies and a couple of articles citing authors, um, let's say three authors separately, then okay, probably it's a new norm. So from more than three, we'll be using et al. Now paraphrasing. Um, like I said, my position with paraphrasing, I don't really mind it, but I don't actually use it mainly because it will make a particular author's statement fit your essay or paragraph. In this particular case, that source isn't actually um, valid enough. But if we were able to paraphrase it in a certain way, that will make it valid for our academic essay. So when paraphrasing, how do we cite? Same thing, author, year of publication in the parentheses, or at the last part, author, year of publication, and page number if possible. Now let's show you some examples. Let's say my topic is about tardiness, and the topic sentence is tardiness affects directly and indirectly the academic achievement of a student. Okay, so I've decided on a particular topic sentence in a particular topic. Next is looking for sources to support my claim. Let's have here support number one from Benoit 2018. Let's say chronically tardy students are more likely to accept that absence altogether is tolerated, often leading to chronic absenteeism. This not only reflects poorly on the students and the school, but can affect their peers as well. Research has found that not only do students who are chronically tardy perform worse on their test scores, but so do their more prompt peers. So there's in this particular support, when a student is consistently tardy, his or her peers also do the same. So um, it's a causal kind of action. Now support two, we have here students depend on the structure of the day by Scott. Actually, this is a Principal Scott. They know where they have to be and when. They know the main purpose of being in school is to learn and that routines are in place precisely to help them focus on that learning. When students are repeatedly tardy, these routines are disrupted. Children who are often late have trouble setting in and mastering routines. Tardiness can throw off their whole morning or even their day, especially if the late commute to school was stressful. Okay, that's from Scott 2016. Now, given these two supporting details, I will try to write a particular paragraph with a topic sentence that tardiness affects the academic achievement of student directly or indirectly. All right. So we have here a sample paragraph. Tardiness affects directly and indirectly the academic achievement of a student, period. Pertaining to tardiness, an online article written by Scott, 2016, stated that students depend on the structure of the day. They know the main purpose for being in school is to learn and that routines are in place precisely to help them focus. When students are repeatedly tardy, these routines are disrupted. Furthermore, Scott added that tardiness can throw off their whole morning or even their day, especially if the late commute to school was stressful. Another online article by Benoit, according to an sorry, so that's a that's a typo. So, according to Benoit, 2018, chronically tardy students are more likely to accept that absence altogether is tolerated. This not only reflects poorly in the students and the school but can affect their peers. Research has found that not only do students who are chronically tardy perform worse on their test scores, but so do their more prompt peers. Okay, now this is a sample paragraph. I'm sorry for the typo there, but let's try to analyze a particular paragraph. If you notice, I've inserted the two supporting details in my paragraph to help the paragraph explain the topic sentence, which is about tardiness. The first supporting detail was talking about um, di- directly and indirectly affecting the academic performance or achievement of a student um, by making them late. So it disrupts their train of thought or their learning, according to Scott. According to Benoit, when you say chronically tardy students, a consistent tardy student affects his or her performance and at the same time the performance of his or her peers. So there's an indirect um, affection to that particular supporting detail. If you notice, when I structured the paragraph, I use a lot of ellipses. Now, um, as per instruction, like I said, we should use ellipses probably not more than 3 times in a particular paragraph. Actually, you can use it more than three as long as it's not consistent that it's more than three. Let's say, for example, for this particular paragraph, you use it four times, and then next paragraph use it once or twice. So it's still 3 times per paragraph, technically. Okay. Um, Also, if you notice, I've cut out certain parts of their statement to make it fit my paragraph. This is to maintain that I don't paraphrase their statements and at the same time maintain the integrity of their statement and my paragraph to make it very valid and credible. Now, one of the main issues with my paragraph, um, I have a typo and I use the ellipsis quite a lot. Okay, some scholars would argue that using a lot of ellipses is bad, and using ellipses once or twice is actually bad, mainly because it is not aesthetically pleasing. Um, that is fine when we're talking about aesthetics, but since we're talking about the function um, of a particular what do you call that? Of a particular mechanism when writing, um, it actually makes sense if you use a ellipsis if you want to cut your source's statement if you think they are not related to your paragraph. Instantaneously, you can just cut it and then um, sub no, extend the explanation to another sentence. Like for example, with what I've done with Scott's statement here. Okay, so I hope you learned something. This is a very short lesson. I hope you are doing well, and I hope you're doing all your home quarantine well. Eat, be healthy, and we'll see you next month. If you have any questions, just send me a message through Messenger or through an email. Oh, before I forget, I have a lot of um, action research I haven't checked yet. Do wait for my reply if ever I do reply or if ever you have let me check your action research. Ciao.